Hello everyone, for this video I just wanted to show that I recently bought Derwent brand ChromaFlow pencils and I wanted to see what they were like. I saw them in stores and I bought them for a good price, and this video is just going to be me testing them out. So when you open up the case, as you can see, it shows you the backstory of how this brand came to be, and it also has a clear plastic wrap that covers the pencils, so whenever you open the lid in the store, you want to see what the colors actually look like on the pencils, you can see them right there. And I'm going to open that up. First things first, I will color swatch the pencils so I can later on look back on this whenever I'm drawing a new picture. If I decide to use these pencils again for another piece of art, I can always see what pencil color looks like on the paper. And what I'll do is I'll write down the name of the brand, and then I'll write down what kind of pencil it is or what kind of material it is. And then I will do little boxes and I'll write the names of each pencil, and then I will start swatching and drawing them inside the box. I also do a blending box as well. Not everyone does that, but I like to do it just to see if these pencils blend well with the other colors that come in the package, or if I need to use something else to help them blend. It's always helpful to see what that looks like. So I'm gonna just messily go down the colors that they already had arranged inside of the package. I didn't actually separate them out into warm and cool tones today. I usually do that, especially when I get markers. I like to separate them like that. But for this one, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to continue on with how this package was already organized. I liked it as it was. So once you've finished your swatch boxes, it is good to start the blending box and kind of start heavy on one side and then kind of lighten up onto the edges. If you're going from left to right, do that. Start with the left being the darkest and then the right being the lightest. If you're going from right to left, however you feel comfortable, vice versa. And so I'm about to start blending in the colors and seeing how they look and they work together. As you can see, I don't know if it's because I wasn't pressing as hard, but it seems that these colors weren't blending that well, or I didn't feel like I liked the way they blended. I felt like it looked a little grainy, or the colors wanted to just be their own color. And so I think that these pencils would be something good for if you're trying to get pencils that really have a pop to them, that really make a statement, that take over the page. This would be great. I did have to press a little hard on this pencil to kind of get it to be a solid look, instead of having patches of the white paper showing through. And I did use a drawing pad for this, so I could try to use it on different papers. That might change it, but So far on this drawing pad paper, it didn't blend as I had hoped. If any of you are wondering what I mean by the blending aspect, if you've ever used, I'll compare them to Prismacolor pencils. If you've ever used Prismacolor pencils and know how those work and how those blend and how they feel on paper, Prismacolor tend to have a waxy, smooth feel when you drag them across the page. I feel like Prismacolor is very easy to blend when I've used it. And if it's not blending as well as you'd hope, then I tend to use baby oil with a brush and I go over it. But there are different ways to blend it. You can do small circular motions and then gradually get rough or harder, press harder on the paper with the pencil, and then that will start to blend it really well. These pencils felt a little bit drier than Prismacolor. They didn't feel as waxy or as smooth as Prismacolor pencils do when I drag them across the paper. These ones felt like they had a stiffer body and were a little bit more dry. So if you're considering pencils and know how you work and know how you like to work with art, I would definitely take that into consideration before purchasing these pencils. So now I'm going to go over the pencils with baby oil. That is a technique that I've used in the past for Prismacolor to make it look smooth and almost painted on the page. And so I wanted to try it out on this type of pencil. And so here we go. After doing this process, I realized that these pencils do not blend like Prismacolor does with the paper. So instead of using baby oil, you will have to use a different technique to blend these colors together. Okay, now I want to take this package to an actual picture, so I decided to draw my cat, the little cartoon version of my cat, and I'm going to use these pencils to see what the outcome is and how it's going to look. And of course, even though I had made a swatch page, I still like to make a little swatch of the colors I'll be using for this picture. I only do that every now and then whenever it's a picture that I'm not planning on posting on social media, or I'm not planning on hanging up or selling. That's when I'll do the swatching on the side because I just wanted to test out the pencils. So that is that, and I recommend it. It just helps you to visualize what the picture is going to look like and how it's going to be when you just do little tiny swatches on the side of your picture where you're not actually making the picture. So here is the finished product. This is my cat. He's a ragdoll mix. And this is how it looked while using the pencils. I did do this within 20 minutes. So this is what you can accomplish within 20 minutes if you don't use pencils as your go-to medium for art. And this is the drawing pad I use. It was Master's Touch drawing pad. And it worked really well. Thank you for watching.